Hi, this is the week 3 assignment, part 1 for the CMN 6015 Professor Scheips winter 2014 class. Today I will talk about Foursquare. So what is Foursquare? Just by the name Foursquare, my associations must be something with connections, places, what is square? Something connected, closed. So what is really Foursquare? Foursquare is a free app that helps you and your friends make the most of where you are. It's a location-based social networking website for mobile devices such as smartphones. Location is based on GPS hardware in the mobile device or network location provided by the application. And the map is based on data from the OpenStreetMap project. When you're out, let's say, you can use Foursquare to share and save the places you visit. And when you are looking for inspiration, on the other hand, you know what to do, or you're in a new city and you don't know where to go, Foursquare gives you personalized recommendations and deals based on where you, your friends, and people with the similar taste that you have been. All you have to do is simply to check in when you walk up to one of the places that are part of this Foursquare platform around the world. Each check-in awards the user points and sometimes badges. And the user, who visits certain place the most, certain venue within 60-day period becomes the mayor. This stimulates users to keep coming back to places, to businesses, and in return these businesses reward the most loyal users for spreading the fame by vouchers, discounts, freebies, etc. So it's a good deal for both sides. Now it is the right time for some information about the history of Foursquare. Well, history, just a few years they have been around. The platform was created by Dennis Crowley and Naveen Selvaduari. Dennis is from Massachusetts, he's 37, and he graduated undergrad from Syracuse University, and he did his master's degree at New York University. On the other hand, Naveen comes from Chennai, India. He's 31, and he studied in London, UK, and also at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute in the US. These two guys, two Foursquare co-founders, met in 2007 while working, in the same office space, not the same company, but same office space in New York City. They were working on the creation of Foursquare at Dennis' kitchen table, actually, in New York's East Village, and also in various cafes in that area of Manhattan. I actually looked through their website, and Dennis is describing all the cafes and bars they use, so you can look it up. It's very interesting. They began building the first version of Foursquare in fall 2008, and the big day came on March 11, 2009, when they launched Foursquare at South by Southwest, the famous set of film, interactive and music festivals and conferences organized each spring in Austin, Texas, near University of Texas at Austin, so hook 'em horns. In fact, Dennis first came up with Dodgeball.com, which was a similar project with Foursquare, as his graduate thesis project in the Interactive Telecommunications program at New York University. Dodgeball user interactions were based on SMS technology at the time, not an application as Foursquare is now. Google bought Dodgeball in 2005 and shut it down in 2009, replacing it with Google Latitude. Now, maybe it's a good time for some quick facts and numbers. As of January 2014, so everything up to date. Foursquare community includes over 45 million people worldwide. Thus far, there have been over 5 billion check-ins, with millions coming every day. There are currently over 1.6 million businesses, using the merchant platform. And Foursquare company employs over 170 people between, their headquarters in New York, the office in San Francisco, and also the UK outpost in London. Also, I looked up, if they are hiring, and yes, they are. So if anyone is interested, please visit Foursquare.com and apply. As I already mentioned earlier, Foursquare is worldwide. It is not just in the US, it's also in another 19 countries around the world. The strong point of Foursquare is also that male and female users are equally represented on this platform. And moreover, half of the users are outside of the US, thanks to the fact that the platform is available not just in English, but also in another 11 other languages. Since 2011, these languages include Deutsch, Francese, Italiano, Korean, Portuguese, Russian, Espanol, Thai, Japanese, and since 2012 also Turkish language. Foursquare is a private company. The full name is actually Foursquare Labs Incorporated. Foursquare has thus far done 4 series of funding, A, B, C, and D they call it. The last one, D round of funding, raised 35 million at the end of 2013, and some of the investors include Union Square Ventures or DFJ Growth, among others. Foursquare financing is currently around $150 million, and the company's valuation is just over $600 million. When I was trying to learn as much as possible about this, platform, about Foursquare, I was browsing throughout the platform for various categories. So what I found, one of them is best nearby. That's where Foursquare's recommendations for right now come in place. Handy. Also specials. That's where you can get or find freebies and discounts for the participating businesses, and in order to get that, you have to check in for the first time or go back as a loyal customer. Then the other categories include food, nightlife, coffee, shopping, sites, arts, or outdoors, as well as trending category, which is, showing what is hot and popular at the moment. You can also save your recent search items and see the recently opened places on your Foursquare account, so it's very handy. Foursquare is simply a very good companion. The beauty of Foursquare is that any kind of company, if it's a small one or national chain or brand, Foursquare provides such a company with tools to engage with their customers and fans. Foursquare has been actually criticized in the past for lack of monetization opportunities. So in 2013, these guys really focused on this and pushed forward a lot of advertising opportunities for businesses. So it's possible to advertise on Foursquare. I think it's especially, effective for local businesses to use Foursquare for advertising, because, you actually won't pay for the actual ad as it happens, but the local company will pay only upon the actual people acting on the ad. So I find it very fair way to, charge for advertising. Overall, the feature that I personally like the most about Foursquare is the possibility to quickly look up what restaurant or any kind of business, in fact, is located in a certain town or on a central street, especially when you're new to that area. It's very handy. Like that, I can decide where to go, read the recommendations and, learn something new. On the other hand, obviously, not everybody has the same taste, and so maybe you like a hamburger and you will recommend it, but maybe I don't eat hamburger and I don't like it. Another issue that is even more serious to me is the privacy issue. Most of us worry about our houses and flats, apartments when we go away for holidays. But, by Foursquare, we are actually, revealing so much information where we are, that we are not at home, so it's a little bit contradictory. But another issue, is, let's say for women, their safety. So that's very important to keep in mind, because people like stalkers, they are, out there, and we have to, stay safe and don't underestimate this problem. Foursquare keeps growing, and so I was thinking what their future moves could be. So first one could be, connecting Foursquare with airline industry, because, the current frequent flyer programs could be transferred into Foursquare system, where the airline passengers would simply check in. Obviously first you have to get your boarding pass and put in your luggage, but you could also use Foursquare to check in, and then all the miles would be simply collected that way, and you don't have to carry around, this gold card, frequent flyer card, Instead, airlines could quickly see where their passengers are flying, how often, simply get it all integrated. Second one is the sports industry. I think Foursquare could really get involved with this, because, fans, customers could get integrated, get connected much better with the teams and the sporting leagues. Like that, let's say we could see instantly, if Joe is visiting the Yankees game tonight and how often he was there, and simply it could be a great connection. And the third one, that's something special, and just 1 second. I'm sure there are many other people around the world who are big animal lovers like me. And so I think it would be a great idea to give our pets, our four-legged friends, a voice too. So like that they could see where their friends are playing and what they're eating, and it would be simply fun to do. And in terms of pets and social media, I did a little research, and even Karl Lagerfeld, such a fashion icon, he has a cat named Scheips, and she has her own Twitter account and her own iPad. So maybe I can ask her, and I'm sure she will agree. So this is it for today. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon again.